Hello, hello. This is Chad Allen, and welcome to today's podcast. Today, I have a very special guest, Monte Sandlin. He's going to tell you how he quit his job, 9 to 5 job, with a purpose. So, what I want to do is I want to bring Monte on. He's been a janitor for, I believe, over 20 years, and he just started in his network marketing and also affiliate marketing business. I believe it was maybe last year, and then he's already making enough money on the side to be able to quit his job because that income stream that he has from his businesses has now met what he makes at his job. So that is totally awesome. So I'm going to bring Monte on right now, and I want to say welcome, Monte, to the
Ah,
Chad Allen's podcast, the live video with Equip, Empower, and Encourage with Chad Allen. So, Monte, how did you do it? How did you quit your 9 to 5 job? What did you do to make it to be so successful from the time you began your business to now?
First of all, I just wanted to thank you for having me on here, and I'm honored to be working with somebody like you of your magnitude, gratitude, and everything that you bring to the table. So it's an honor that you've actually asked me on here. So thank you for that, Mr. Chad Allen.
Yes.
And again, my name is Monte Sandlin, and they call me Coach Boss. That's my online family that calls me that now. And I worked outside with my hands for 20 plus years. And most of those years I was a groundsman, and I had a thankless job, and I really barely made enough to feed my family at times, especially when my wife wasn't working and she was trying to make traction by going to school to actually become a registered nurse. During all that time, I got what I call hungry, because I always had to tell my kids no for everything, and I decided I would just try something new. And for me, that was starting an online business. I had everything I needed to do. It was as simple as all I needed was a phone. Sometimes I need a computer, but that's more on the rare side. For when I first started, I just mainly used my phone, and I worked full time, so I had to do everything on the go. And I wanted to know how I could get things done effectively with the time that I had, and I didn't really know how. So I joined a business online, and it had everything that I needed. The only thing I needed to do was show up. So I decided that I would show up and learn the skills that I was missing, and mainly those were technological skills. Like, I didn't really know how to use an email the first time that I got on a meeting with somebody else on a Zoom, and they said, "Hey, share your screen," and I was like, "Oh my God, what am I gonna do?" I didn't know how to share my screen. I felt little. I felt like how my job had always taught me. I felt thankless, and I felt like there wasn't a lot I could do, but just try. And all I had to do with this was show up. So I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to show up and learn what I don't know and see what I could actually do, and just really applied myself to the situation, and showed up on the trainings every day, Monday through Friday. And about 8 days into it, I noticed that I was learning a lot, and I was kind of doing a different things differently, and I had more of a focus and a direction and a path that I would walk down every single day. And I started gaining what I call clarity, and I realized, hey, social media is amazing. Like, there's millions of people out there on social media, and I realized that I like to connect and talk with people. So I figured out a way that I would engage in the conversations with just random people, and I started just talking to strangers and learning how to flip cards over every day, and find aces, and some people that would just want to do a little bit in a business, and maybe not a lot. They just wanted to do more than they were doing and learn kind of like what we were doing. So I learned that I had like a whole audience of people out there that were just like me and
Mhm.
felt thankless and didn't have good jobs and barely made a freaking enough, man, to feed their families. And when they would come home at night, um, they sometimes had to go back out to work because their jobs just wasn't enough. And for me, that's what it was. And I even had a business on the side of my regular full-time job, and it was a handyman home repair business. And I was really good with my hands, and I knew that if I could be good with my hands and just follow the steps, even the uncomfortable parts of the steps, and just show up and apply myself and tell people my story and show them that it could be done, and not just talk about it, but show them that it could be done. And you mentioned that I made enough that I was able to quit my job because I just made enough. Well, I've done better than that, guys. It's really exciting in this online space because I've actually been able to double my income every week, and I don't get on my 9 to 5 job. I didn't get paid every 2 weeks. So now every week I've been consistently bringing home more than my paycheck was every 2 weeks.
Wow.
So when I started doing that, I thought, wow, I've really built something here. And it's time for me to not be thankless. And it's time for me to show up for all of us
Mhm.
out there that are wondering and feeling helpless, and really show up here, man, and put a cape on and show people that it can be done.
Mhm.
And even if a
Amen.
dumb grounds guy like me that had no skills whatsoever, and I had to ask my people, like, how do I find my friends list? Um, I did my first email marketing strategy last night just simply because now I have more time
Mhm.
to work on me. And there's nothing that feels better than being able to work on me and help them too out there to see the magic actually happen where a person makes money online that never has before. Simply amazing, man. And I just got addicted to this now, and I can't stop. As soon as I get off of here, um, I have a marketing plan like that I'm doing every day, and I'm not just out there blindly, and I don't know what to do or how to outreach people, and people just telling you to keep going with no plan and telling you did a good job, but you haven't done nothing. So for me, the magic is in helping other people like me um, to feel that they could do it and just shine some light down on the people, because a lot of people's worlds are dull right now, man. Very dull.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. There's a lot of people who really don't have direction with their business. They get involved in a business. They come from an employer background where they're working for somebody else, and they really don't have the education or the know-how to actually run a business. And so before we get going, if you like this content, please share it with your friends and family, as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel, their podcast, and make a comment as well, so that we can help you with whatever it is that you are looking for. So yeah, so basically, there's a lot of people out there that just simply do not know, how to run a business. They start from an employer background, they work for somebody else, and they get shown a network marketing type of business, and they're shown or an affiliate marketing business, and they're told just go out there and talk to people, just go out there and message people, but it's a lot deeper than that for a lot of people, because there's a deep fear that comes aside for so many that they just don't know. Like they know what to do, but they just don't. They just can't put themselves forward. And in your beginning message, you talked about that you started to gain clarity with your with what you were doing, and you started to have clarity on your vision, and clarity on your purpose. So would you be willing to expand on how you began, what made you to begin to have that clarity of vision and purpose in your life?
Yeah, definitely. That's a great question. Thanks for asking, because there's a lot of people out there. I believe that they just join, and then people like kind of sign them up, and they may not really be there. And then if you're new like I was, you just got to know, what are you going to do on a day-to-day basis. And for me, that meant I needed training, and I needed real help with the technological end of it, as well as all parts of it. And so I decided I would show up on the trainings, because I have training that I get Monday through Friday that's over the shoulder, and people actually are on there where I can ask questions live, and do things that I haven't done before. Like example, what we're doing right now, Chad, we're doing a live video on StreamYard, and I didn't know about StreamYard. I didn't know that I could stream into two places at once. I didn't know how to write or structure an email. I didn't know how to add pictures to my email or posts, or I just didn't know what to do throughout a course of a day. So it gave me ideas that I could attack, that I had time for in my busy day. Because remember, I was doing this as a full-time facility manager, taking care of a high school, because that was my last current job. And I had a boss that was on me all the time, and I had to make them happy before I could even work on myself. So when I realized that I had social media at my fingertips, and that there's groups with thousands of people in there, asking, hey, they want to work from home. Can you help me? Is there any at-home work at home opportunities available? And then I could belong to those groups, make friends with people with common interests, connect, and start conversations also with those people, and then also add value into those groups by posting into those groups. So that was one method that I started using, and it was quick and easy, and I could do one step of my plan within 10 or 15 minutes, and I could go on there and find people with common interests, like, love, and then I could go on there and find people that are actually asking for help, make a comment down on the post, and then also engage with the people that are on the list that are looking to work at home, and send messages to people, simple messages that would spark curiosity with those people. And then the next thing I know, I may be involved in a conversation with them. I would have messages on my phone, and then when I had time, I would go back and engage into the conversation with them. And because I knew how to use Zoom and other tools, I started pulling out other tools when people were worthy, that really wanted to do something and have help. I would say, hey, let's jump on a Zoom and talk, or I'd give them my phone number and talk to them on the phone, and really connect with people and talk with them, rather than just talking about what I was going to do and studying all day long. Because the other part of it is that I noticed that a lot of people, they want to study. And I'm in a college right now, which is my marketing business, where I'm learning everything, but I'm also learning and earning. So for me, it was about taking action and knowing how to take that action. And I put together a social media traffic strategy that I actually developed a training for, that I just give to people now. And it's a little sample of the training. And then if they want the full training, I'm going to ask them for something, and that's to join my team, because I'm going to give you something. And for that, you join my team. So it became a really good lead magnet. So learning how to get effective through training, and not just always studying all the time, and taking the time that I had the time during the busy course of my day to actually like engage with people and find strangers to talk to, so I could bring people in the door. And I realized that, wow, I went from bringing 12 people in the door, um, to I showed up to college, which is my training. I call that college.
Mm-hmm.
And now 8 days later, I've implemented the roadmap, which for me was my 3-step social media traffic strategy, where I teach you exactly what you're going to do if you're willing to show up and not be lazy, because so many people will do it for 2 or 3 days and they'll sign up people and then they'll stop doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta show up to work every day in order to be successful. So I showed up every day, and like if you put a story like today, I'll probably end up on there liking and loving it, and then I might even make a compliment or something like that that
Mm-hmm.
would be nice or appealing to any person, and they may say something back to me, and 99% of the time I get really good conversation rates off that, as well as doing the other things that I've been taught, like reels. And I need to get more effective and do more reels. But I
Mm-hmm.
like the story because I'm getting in direct engagement with people, and then I could see who's watching my story. I could comment back to them. I create a story every day. And my story is actually my story, so you could know me. And if you guys know me out there and you're watching my video, a lot of you guys watch me build my above ground pool, and it took me like a month. And people were like, "Man, what's he doing?" When I wasn't marketing, I was out there building my pool in between my full-time job and then my online business, because I live in an extremely hot area, and I'm super thankful to be able to get out of the heat, because I was always up on a roof fixing an air conditioner, and the heat's getting excessive. Today we're getting up to about 106. So I wanted to show people out there that they have a different option, and they can do it, because I have kids and I'm busy too. And I feel like if I could do this, anyone can do this with
Mm-hmm.
the proper guidance, and also with the proper desire, because I
Mm-hmm.
truly showed up hungry here, you guys, and I'm still hungry. I'm not done doing nearly what I think I could do in this industry. And all I had to do is just believe in myself that one day, and I fired my boss. And I'm going to show up every day now.
Awesome. Awesome, Monte. Yeah, you've been a real, inspiration to not only myself, but to, a lot of, different people that you have brought on your team. And, I've watched you from the very beginning almost, until what you are now. And it's really a breath of fresh air, because, so many people, like you said, they, they would start something and then they will quit, and then or they'll go back, and they're like a yo-yo, back and forth, back and forth. And I've done that, myself. It's been, one of those things where, you start something, you get going, and then you kind of drop back a little bit, and you come back up again. You end up being like a pendulum, but like you stay consistent. And when you're staying consistent, then you start seeing the results that are really coming in play. And now you had that result. And what would you say? Because you said that you were a family man. I don't know how many children you have. I know I see your pictures with your wife online as well. How do you work around the family demands, and then before your job demands, and then also your business? I mean, how do you work around that and apply your strategy, your 3-step social media strategy? How did you put all that together and then still had time, for the family needs, and your also your job?
Well, yeah, that's a super good question. And the true answer is that I worked hard, and
Mhm.
I showed up every day, like I said, and I used every second. So normal people, when you have a few minutes, they're going to sit down, kick back, watch TV. Um, Maybe they go have a beer. I'm not sure. Like different people do different things to fill in their time. But when I have downtime, and any kind of downtime, I was sending messages out, engaging my 3-step process. And I have a 1, 2, 3 step process. So every day I engage the process, and the process probably takes like to do it fairly good, about an hour to an hour and a half, to do it completely through the 3-step process. So anytime during the course of a day, it could be at 5 a.m. When I would go to work and report in at 5 a.m., I would log in, turn my email on, and then the first part of my day, I would do a story. And then also I would follow it up by a post. Then once I did that, because those two things right there would usually take me about 10 to 15 minutes. And then I would also go through other stories, scroll through, like, love, like, love, like, love. So to get love, like with your wife or your family or kids, you got to give love, give them hugs, to get love. So you give to get, you know what I mean? And it's not just all about you. So seeing what other people are doing, supporting them, like love, like love, like love. Also making compliments. That was one step. Then I would do my Facebook posts for the day, 1 or 2 posts a day. Normally I would only do one because I was busy building the business on the go. I didn't have a whole lot of time. Adding a reel, going into the stories, making a post, outreaching to people. Try to do that every day. And then also going on there to people and following up with people that are actually, they're asking for help. They want, I've seen probably 10 of them today, and I've already been engaging with them. And I'm engaging with them because they made a post and they're asking for help. So I'm going down there, making a comment. Like today, my comments were like this. I'm working online. Matter of fact, I just quit my job. Comments like that, because people are curious. They want to know how you do it. So I know that if I could make somebody curious, curiosity kills the cat. So they're going to ask, they're going to want to know. And once you're showing up for them, they're going to start watching you, even on your stories, on your reels, and you're going to be able to create a magnet. Then I realized that Facebook wasn't the only way that I could do it. And I did a couple of other things, like my profile now posts into Instagram at the same time when I'm posting on Facebook, and anybody could do that. And then also realizing that TikTok had a lot of people on it, and we had a training, and one guy taught how he built a following up really quickly. So I started following that training, and then I got my profile to over 1,000. So then now I could go live on TikTok. So branching out into the social media world, and using all forms of social media that I could use, and then being consistent every day, following my 3-step social media traffic strategy. And anybody could get a copy of that from Chad as well. So reach out to get it and just check it out. It's really worth checking it out. I think it's a very effective, and then it gives you a little bit more of that roadmap that I'm talking about. So back to what I would do every day. I would go to work 5 o'clock in the morning, clock in, sit down, engage my Facebook a little bit through the stories. Also liking and loving on other people's posts in groups, as well as on your own Facebook feed. And that stuff's real quick. You could do that really quickly. And then when you get time and then you get brave, you got to get uncomfortable. And how did I have to get uncomfortable? I showed up here with you guys to show and tell my stories, quirks and all. I brought these for a reason.
Nice
I built my
shade.
brand with these because people
Yes.
see me show up. And the first couple of times I did a video, I had people ask me, "Hey man, why are you wearing those?" Because I worked outside with my hands for 20 years and I forgot to take them off. And I did forget to take them off because I used to always come home with sunglasses on my head because I had been outside in the hot sun for hours upon hours of a day. So showing up, being yourself, being authentic, quirks and all. Don't be afraid to make mistakes online. It makes you real. People could see, hey, he's real. He makes mistakes, but he keeps on going, and he could do it, so I could do it. So I say social media for the win. If you're building a business on the go, especially if you have more time, like I'm going to have now, I'm going to have the luxury of having more time. I'm going to do some other strategies, like implement my email marketing list. That's a huge one. I'm going to show up to train my team more, to show them exactly what I'm doing so we could spend more time together, even if it is only a half hour at a time, so we could take baby steps, spend time online, show up in front of a camera, share screens, and show exactly what I'm doing, because I may be able to show you better than I could tell you with my mouth, because we can get on there and spend some time, and we're not hiding behind our phones or a computer screen. We just simply show up. And who doesn't want a job where you could show up and get paid more and more and more for just being yourself? Because that's
Mhm.
what's happening with me. And I love all of you guys out there. And I'm going to show up for you guys even more now. So I'm excited to have this time to work with all of you guys as well. And I know that I've got a lot to learn, and you guys are going to watch me learn along the way. And I'm excited to cheer you guys on, and you cheer me on, and truly work together and link arms, like a true team. So in my 9 to 5 job that I had, I fired my boss. I noticed that sometimes you don't have a team, and nobody's
Mhm.
there to really teach each other, because they're afraid you might know more than them and pass them up or whatever. Um, but here, it's not like that on my team. I'm so excited when I see people make money. I'm like, oh my gosh! And I know those are the people doing it, so I want to pour my heart and soul into those people, and the people that don't want to be helped and they want to quit and give up on themselves. Sometimes you can't help them, but that makes me really sad, because I see it, and like I really take it personal. So I need to learn how to remove my like when people don't want to keep going and they quit on themselves, because it's easier for them to just go and get a job and follow somebody else's path of least resistance, because that's all they ever knew, and that's all that's comfortable to them. But when you're able to really work on you, it feels magical, you know what I mean? And when your bosses come to you and say, hey, what are you doing? Because they work 12, 15 hours a day, and they have a baby at home that they never see, they actually get envious of you and want to know what you're doing. So this is how you create a magnet. And creating a magnet is when people are going to reach out to you and want to know what you're doing. You're going to get more engagement, and the magic starts happening. So I'm teaching my people to really become magnetic in what they do and in their outreach, and really teaching authenticity, realness, and then support. Support is super key. Like you asked me, hey, will you jump on a video?
Mhm.
Sure, I have time. I can show up. So yeah, man, this is crazy. I could ditch these things. It's it's just all new to me. I'm excited. You know what I mean? And if I could tell you guys anything out there, um, this is truly, truly a blessing that we all have this opportunity. It's truly, truly a blessing. We're in a new age and time, you guys. Things are changing. Traditional jobs are changing now.
Mhm.
There's more and more and more people getting into this realm and this space every day. And the more that you can really immerse yourself into a program and a community, and not just a coach, a community of people. Like I have a community and I have a coach. I have both. Um, but my community is there for me 24/7, and I learn from my coach as well. And always know that you can do it. I don't
Mhm.
care how bad you beat down in life. Um, and your bosses, like my 9 to 5 boss, they came to me. They tell me that you're going to do this, you're going to do that. Um, that you have no choice because you need your job so bad, and there's so many people waiting in line for your job and all that type of stuff. But you could
Mhm.
show up here and do it for you.
Yeah,
That's the
that's right.
one thing you can do.
Absolutely.
So
But a lot of
so
people don't show up
powerful,
for
man.
themselves because they are really afraid to show up themselves. And you know, when you are working for somebody else, a lot of people don't realize that it's like a slave master relationship that you have with that particular job, and you have to be there because you're making the money, and you're trying to make ends meet. But rarely would they actually put effort into themselves to actually go out and make something happen. And that is what you have done. You have helped hundreds of people, to realize their potential and really be able to push themselves beyond the realm of the possibilities that they ever imagine. You have that 3-step plan, and that's been, for me. Even for me, when I look at that 3-step plan, I know it, and but when you follow those steps in that 3-step plan, it really helps you to garner those leads and to garner the conversation and make it more natural for so many people. And the more people that do that, the quicker they will be able to get out of the rut that they are in, and begin to uh, utilize those businesses. And so I'm really happy that you have come on today, that you have shared your story, and I'm really happy that you have inspired so many. And for those who are watching and those who are going to be watching, uh, how can they reach you, Monte?
Basically, you can reach me. There's a link below here on the screen. That's one way you could reach me. You can reach me on my Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Trying to think of all the other ones I have. I've just gotten basically got a little bit of a YouTube channel going. So those are all the ways that you could reach me. I'm here every day and I show up. So the cool thing about me is you don't have to search for me. I'll probably find you. And if you're looking for an online opportunity, I'm out there actually actively looking and searching for people to help that were in a similar situation that I was, because I know that there's a lot of people that are down mentally too, and they're drained.
Hmm.
The economy's been really tough. Food's been expensive. And for me to be able to double my income, and then my kids, like you talked about the whole family thing and how I had to bounce all this in between my family life, my full-time job, and my online business. And somewhere in between that, I had to have time for my wife too. So that's where my business grew into you guys following my story, you guys watching me build the pool, you guys seeing what I'm doing, you guys seeing how I spend time with my wife, seeing how I show up here for you, showing you and leaving the trail of social proof. How many of you guys out there are leaving a trail of social proof when you're doing nothing, or you're just doing it and not getting any credit for it? Nobody knows what you've done. So just putting myself out there, like I said, I got uncomfortable and showed up here with all these quirks, and I got a big beard, and people, they made fun of me and stuff for starting an online business. I don't know if I just didn't fit the trend of it or look like I could do it, but I had a lot of people make fun of me, people at my work, and it felt uncomfortable, but I kept going, and now I feel so great that I've got to show up here and do this now. So it's going to be a real exciting journey to watch and to come along on, because people are struggling and they're hurting out there, and banks are raising interest rates. It's hard for people to get homes. Rent's expensive, and we all have cell phones in our hands. Most of us have cell phones in our hands. I'm going to go down and grab a homeless guy soon and help them, and I'm going to bring one of them up in society because they have these cell phones, and you guys can make money from your phone, guys. This is no joke. I hope that you guys reach out to Chad right here to connect, because you're going to want to hang on to Chad's coattails here, because he's going places in the industry, and I'm super honored to work with you, man. And I know that I'm watching you from the sidelines and you're my partner, but I'm really learning a lot from you on your technical skills. You're so amazing, dude. So amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate it. And you know, the more of everything that we that has been discussed here is, take action on your dream, your vision, your purpose. Because you have a vision, you have a purpose, and you need to fulfill that so that you can provide for your family, for your friends, so you could be there for others. Because, as Monty said, it's not about you, because it's never really about you. It's always about those who you are helping to achieve what they want to achieve. And so many people, what happens is they begin to have an inner focus on themselves. They say it's all about me. I want this. I want that. I want this. I want that. And they fail to see how helping other people actually gets what they want. So when you're giving and you're giving like you do, Monte, you give and you give so much. You are realizing in your new income. You're realizing what you are, how you're impacting so many people in your life now, and that, like the homeless person that you're about to go see, you're making an impact on that person, and you're blessed for it. And so the more people that see that, the better off they'll be, better off they'll be, and quicker they'll be able to have what they want to have. And so I'm going to end it right here, Monte. If you want to know more about Monte, you want to get in touch with Monte, you could definitely check out his Facebook page. He's a friend of mine, so you could just view his profile and get in touch with him there. His website is Coach Boss Solutions. That's with an S.com. You can check him out there as well. And if you like this particular live video, please share it with your friends and your family, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and like and make it, continue to make comments so that we can help you out as well. And you can support me by visiting my webpage at prosperwithchad.com. That's prosperwithchad.com. And I want to say thank you again, Monty, for being on. And I hope you have a blessed day, and y'all have an awesome day as well. You take care. Bye bye.